Hello, YouTube viewers and Transformers fans of all ages. This is the TFNG coming to you with what will hopefully be a quick and successful live stream video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a hard-to-find third-party Transformers toy. It is none other than Clonedroid's Uberbots Super Wars Classic Scale CD01C Greatshot. So basically, this toy is a knockoff version of the third-party version of the Transformers character of Greatshot. The original third-party version was made by third-party company Mastermind Creations, and the third-party toy on the original version by Mastermind Creations was given the name Grandus Hexatron. And so I just love that Clonedroid was able to actually give Greatshot his Transformers name here on the box. And just a quick overview of the box. It says his face and chest plate are comic style, so it's more of Greatshot's appearance in the Transformers G1 comic books. Looks right here, he is CD01C, so he is only the third toy that has been made by the third-party company Clonedroid. It recommends on the box that people ages 15 and up buy this toy. He's 6 modes in one. And also, I love this G1 color, so Greatshot has the same paint job as the original Generation 1 toy. Whether or not it's the same paint job he had in the Transformers Victory cartoon where he appeared is beyond me. Here on the top of the box, you've got the same image of him in robot mode with Clonedroid's logo and all of the other logos on him. Here on this side of the box, you have his name, Greatshot. And I just love that this is the first time, as far as I'm aware of, that a third-party company was actually able to use the same name aimed at that the Transformers character officially has with Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Again, his product number CD01C. The C means that he's only the third toy that this company has made. Up here on this side of the box, you've got his robot mode and another close-up of his face and chest sculpt. And even though on the box it shows him having glowing eyes, I've actually taken him out of the box already, and he does not have light up eyes, and he doesn't even have light piping because of how his head transforms. So unfortunately, that's kind of a misnomer there. Coming around here to the back of the box, you have Greatshot in his robot mode and all 5 of his vehicle modes. The armored car mode, which Clonedroid is called a chariot. Tank mode, and instead of mode, Clonedroid uses the word model just to avoid copyright reasons, I guess, but this is on the cusp of copyright infringement right here. As far as I'm aware of, 6 modes in one, so here's the gun mode, beast mode, which is a Rhino, and they're calling the jet mode fighter mode. So pretty neat. He is a classic scale, so basically this toy is the same size as a leader class Transformers toy. So he is meant to go with toys from Hasbro's Transformers Generations toy line, and also Takara Tomy's their most recent toy line to correspond to Hasbro's Generations is the Transformers Legends toy line. So yes, this version of Greatshot is a version for people who have been unable to purchase Takara Tomy's recently released Transformers Legends OGEX version of Greatshot. I may get the Takara Tomy exclusive version of Leader Class Greatshot, which is mold mates with Titan's Return, 6-Shot, and Quick Switch someday, but in the off chance that I don't, I'm at least happy that I got this one. And here are the same toys that have been released by Clonedroid. CD01 is their version of 6-Shot. CD01B is based on the all-black version of 6-Shot, and I'll explain that in a moment. And again, same stuff on the front of the box. This version of Greatshot has the paint job he had in the G1 franchise. His head sculpt is based on his appearance in the Transformers comic books more than the Transformers Victory cartoon, apparently. And it's hard to see on the box, but if you look here on the front, on Greatshot's wings, Clonedroid, they couldn't put Autobot logos on there, but they at least put the spaces for Autobot logos. So if you have any repro label stickers, they can't fit in there. I tried to put some leftover Autobot stickers I had in there, but they were too big for. Alright, so basically, bottom line, you need to have really tiny Autobot stickers to fill those gaps on Greatshot's robot mode chest wings. Now, Greatshot is the third version of this mold that I have. I do have Clonedroid's version of Six-Shot. So there is Six-Shot. I'll bring Six-Shot out again later by the time I get Greatshot into his robot mode. Now, I don't have an actual or a top quality KO version of the third-party version of the mostly black Six-Shot, but I do have a cheap copy version, and a family friend got this for me as a surprise Christmas present back in December, and they found this toy at a dollar store, so this toy was sold for just 99 cents, and this version, in my opinion, is worth only 99 cents. But yes, so just to give you an idea of how many versions of the third-party Six-Shot mold exist out there, there are at least 3 of them. Six-Shot, Greatshot, and then the mostly black version of Six-Shot, and this mostly black version of Six-Shot is based on a version of G1 Six-Shot that was done in all black plastic. It was given away as a contest prize by Takara Tomy back in either 2002 or 2003. And there were only, I believe, either 2,000 or 4,000 versions of G1 Six-Shot that were cast in entirely black plastic, and it was based off one episode of the Transformers Headmasters cartoon where Six-Shot had the ability of turning his body completely black so that just like a ninja, he could sneak into the shadows and then jump out and attack his enemies, and that's what this toy is based on. So this one is a floppity mess, but this video review is not about Six-Shot, it's about the Autobot who is mold mates with him, which is Greatshot. So, to get him out, let's get him out of his box, and since I'm live streaming, I'm going to try and do as much here on camera for you as I can. And when you open Greatshot out of his box, this is what you get. Setting the box aside. So the actual Greatshot toy itself is sold inside a clamshell. My apologies for that. And it's sold in a clamshell. Plastic bubble. Here is the third-party collector card provided by Clonedroid. Unfortunately, it's nothing new. If you hold on from the box, it's the same images of Greatshot in his robot mode and all his vehicle modes on the back. Coming around here on the bottom, this thing, even though it looks like a poster, it's actually Greatshot's instruction sheets. So pretty standard third-party instruction sheets, tiny pictures showing you step-by-step versions of how to transform Greatshot. Yet oddly enough, the instructions don't start off with Greatshot in armored car mode, which is the mode he's packaged in. It shows him in robot mode. So I've transformed Six-Shot a couple of times, so I don't have to look at the instructions for this video, but and then right here underneath the clamshell, here are the accessory pieces that Greatshot comes packaged with, so take a look at those really fast. So for accessory pieces, Greatshot, he comes with the same dual laser guns that Six-Shot came with, but Greatshots are packaged in solid white, whereas Six-Shots were an off-white. He also comes with 2 slightly smaller weapons, and I apologize for showing off white weapons on a white background, but bringing in the box just to give you a clear shot, here's the smaller laser gun, and here's the slightly larger laser gun that also came packaged with Six-Shot, so there's the size difference between those weapons. And just like every version of the mold, Six-Shot, Greatshot comes with these double-bladed sword weapons, and unlike Six-Shot's versions, which are made out of solid plastic, these are made out of a more bendy plastic, so they do feel more fragile and feel as though they could break easily. And I believe on the official Mastermind Creations version of Greatshot, these were made actually out of rubbery plastic. These are slightly sturdier, but not that much. So just be careful with these blades. And then he also comes with these pieces, which actually combine together and make a stand for his sword weapons. And this is the same sword stand that was given to Six-Shot, so it's actually designed to work with the thinner samurai swords that the Six-Shot version of the mold came packaged with, but unfortunately, Greatshot doesn't come with those, so unfortunately, the sword stand kind of doesn't have much function here. You also get 2 spare hubcaps for Greatshot's wheels if you lose any one of the original ones, and just like Six-Shot, they all transform into little ninja shuriken throwing stars. And that's just to give Greatshot more of the ninja aspect of his mold. And these ninja throwing stars are made out of solid plastic, so be careful when you touch the tips because they do poke very easily. There's 1 and there's 2, so you get 2 of those spare pieces. And then the last weapons Greatshot comes packaged with are the most dangerous ones, and I mean that literally, that these are dangerous. Basically, Greatshot comes with 2 swords that are made out of die-cast metal, and they are super sharp, so you won't cut your hand if you run your finger along the blade of it, but if you do touch the tip, then you will poke yourself very easily. So I'm going to try and leave these die-cast metal swords in their plastic baggies and never play with them because, ouch. Yeah, I accidentally pressed too hard right there and I did poke myself, so I didn't injure myself too badly, but yes, just be mindful, and that's the main reason why on Clonedroid recommends that only people ages 15 and up buy the toy, because you also get those die-cast metal swords, and if you're not too careful, you can get injured easily. So here's Greatshot in his armored car mode, and he is packaged actually mistransformed. So to get into the official configuration of his armored car mode, I'm sorry to take him off camera for a moment. I just want to make sure all his bits are lined up properly. So for the proper configuration of armored car mode, which is the first mode we will be showing off, you want to get a Greatshot. When you take him out of the package, you want to flip these bits around and fold them down. And that more or less is the official configuration of Greatshot in his armored car mode. At least it is if you want to make him look more G1 accurate. According to the instruction sheets and the photo on his box, you are supposed to leave these wings flipped forward, and then if you wanted to, you could plug his swords here on the side and give him more armored up look. Again, there's peg holes throughout Greatshot, so if you wanted to, you could arm him up very easily for battle. So there's Greatshot with all his weapons attached. For the sake of time, I probably won't detach and reattach all of Greatshot's weapons for you. I apologize for those of you who want to see it in all of his modes, but yes, Greatshot is pretty great in armored car mode. One gripe I have, there's 2 gripes I just have with Greatshot in armored car mode. Right here, there's a little peg that's supposed to fit into one of these 2 peg holes right here to hold the sides of his car mode together properly, and unfortunately they don't like to line up properly, so that's just one thing to be wary of when you have this version of Greatshot in car mode. And then the other thing is that his wheels don't like to roll really well, and just like some of the G1 Transformers toys, the wheels are made out of rubber tires, and it's really hard to tell on camera. I'll hold it up to you for you to try and see, but if you look closely right there, my apologies, but if you look right here in the middle of the tire, going right there down the middle of the ridge line, you can see right where the rubber was molded into place when the two tire halves were put together, and so that one ridge right there down the exact middle center of the tires, it causes them to lose the 1 millimeter of clearance space that they need to roll around it on properly. And unfortunately, in armored car mode, Armo Greatshot's tires are too thick for the wheel space that they occupy. Even the wheels here in the back, that middle ridge rubs against the plastic that the tires sit next to, so it is a tad unfortunate that Greatshot doesn't roll really well in car mode, but I'm considering the option of maybe sanding down the rubber tires just a tiny bit. Six Shot had the same issue. Now from here, it's easiest to go with this toy mold from car mode into jet mode. So what you want to do first is you want to split the sides if they haven't come unpegged already, and then you want to come around here and flip these two front pieces which form the grille of the car. Flip these around, and lock them into place, and there's the nose of the jet. And these parts down to complete the jet nose, and then you want to flip the whole figure around, and then unfortunately there is some fiddliness to this toy because of all the parts, and the joints are hard as well. So what you want to do, you want to come in here, flip this down. This is actually the heel of the robot mode foot. Do the same here on this side, and then you want to rotate this bit around and rotate this so that the tires are facing upward and these red laser guns are pointing forward. And then what you want to do is you want to unclip that wheel assembly, then you want to clip this panel up, and then this is the tricky part. You want to come in here and rotate this little blue bit. And you want to rotate it 90 degrees so that you can get this piece to rotate in like that, and flip this part out. And then have it sit like that, and make sure that's locked into place. Fold that part back down, and then you want to come under here, bring the wings out. So that until they're at that angle, and there's one half of the jet done. You also want to flip up the tail fin. And do the same thing on the other side. Fortunately, it is a mirror image. There is symmetry to this toy mold. And I apologize for taking it off camera, but it's actually easiest for me to transform a toy off camera. It's quicker, more efficient. And then the last thing for the jet you want to do is you want to sandwich these two halves together in the back, and it will snap into place. And that what you want to do is these 6 claws right here, you want to flip out the middle ones, and there's sculpted engine rocket boosters in there. And then it's your choice if you want to use the bigger or the smaller laser gun. One's for the jet mode. The bigger ones do stay locked in place more efficiently than the smaller ones. And there is Greatshot in his jet mode. He does have landing gear built on the wings. And then one thing I forgot, you want to take this part under here, unclip it, and bring it back and clip it back into place down there, because that will allow you to use the front landing gear of the jet mode. And of course, this one piece isn't wanting to cooperate when I have the toy on camera. There, so there's the front landing gear, and now there is Greatshot in jet mode. His jet mode is pretty amazing looking. I love the color scheme of Greatshot being primarily red, white, and blue with some black and gold highlights. And I apologize for not doing this earlier, but I was going to do some size comparisons of Greatshot with all of his vehicle modes with other Transformers toys, but just for size comparison with a Transformer that turns into a car, here he is next to Titan's Return Chrome Dome. And then here in jet mode, here he is next to Titan's Return Brainstorm. So yeah, this version of Greatshot is, this third-party knockoff version of Greatshot is about the size of a Leader Class Transformers toy. Now, I looked up on Wikipedia, and apparently as an individual Transformers character, including third-party action figures, both official and KO, and also toys officially released by Takara Tomy. There is no toy of Greatshot that's been released by Hasbro, unfortunately, but when you count third-party Transformers toys, as far as I'm aware of, there are only 4 individual toys of the Transformers character of Greatshot that exist in the world. And the original Generation 1 version of Greatshot, finding a original G1 version of Greatshot in 100% mint condition with all of his accessory pieces, it's such a rarity finding a mint condition G1 Greatshot toy that even on Wikipedia, if you go to Greatshot's Wikipedia webpage, the photos that Wikipedia has of Generation 1 Greatshot, the nose of his jet mode is missing its parts, and also his original weapons pieces were missing as well. So whoever took the photos of Greatshot out on Wikipedia, they had an incomplete G1 Greatshot figure. So yeah, if you find a toy of Greatshot out there, I recommend getting him, because Greatshot is a rarity is as rare as Transformers characters get as far as receiving toys. So from jet mode, we'll now transform Greatshot into laser mode. And what most Transformers fans have done with this third-party toy is, to go from jet mode to laser gun mode. All they do is bring the wings down, clip them into place, and fold away the weapons and tail fins. And a lot of Transformers fans incorrectly believe that that is the proper laser gun mode for this toy, but just having the jet with the wings folded down into the laser gun handle, but that's actually incorrect. According to the photos on Greatshot's box, what you're supposed to do is go a few steps further, and you want to flip those two halves down, open up his nose, and you essentially want to transform Greatshot's legs. And this is the only complaint I have with this toy mold. There's a little plastic flap here which acts as a filler piece for the hollow back legs, but unfortunately when you want to combine the legs and separate the legs, those pieces get in the way, and unfortunately they do not rotate 180 degrees, so it almost feels as though you're going to break those little plastic bits off when you transform the legs of this toy. And because of clearance issues, ideally you're not supposed to have to touch its back to free the legs up, so rotate that around, plug it in, have that sit like that, bring this out, and then flip it around like this. This. I'm sorry, you want to flip it around like this, and then do the same with this leg. And again, there's actually a peg right here that goes into a hole with a corresponding peg right there on that side. Right, and to get them in place, you do want to leave these panels rotated up like that, just like it is on Mastermind Creations. Use of this toy. And once you have those locked into place, you can bring these bits back and plug them back in together. You can do that if you want like that, but also, according to the box, to make it more G1 accurate, you can clip them back into place like that. And then once you have everything lined up, what you can do is I like to actually use these smaller laser guns Greatshot comes with, and you take them in and plug them. These two peg holes on the front, on the inside like that. Second verse, same as the first. Sorry for doing it off camera. And there is, according to the photos on Greatshot's box, his official laser gun mode. So it is the longest of all his modes when you transform it properly and you put those little laser guns on the front. But this configuration is a lot more accurate to the original Generation 1 toy, both for Greatshot and Sixsha, compared to just folding the wings down from the jet mode, and it helps to further distinguish jet mode from laser gun mode. So yeah, it is pretty big. Handheld weapon, setting it down. And just for a quick size comparison with another Transformers toy that turns into a handheld weapon compared to Henkei Megatron. And so yeah, Greatshot is twice the size of Megatron. And it's actually easiest to go from laser gun mode into tank mode. So that's the mode we'll look at next. So what you want to do is you want to rotate the laser gun upside down, and if you want, you can give this third-party toy the submarine mode that Hasbro gave Titans Return, Sixshot, and Quick Switch. Quick Switch if you want, so that can act another vehicle mode for Greatshot as well. And then one last thing that some people pointed out for laser gun mode, you can flip this piece down and it can act as almost like a faux trigger, just to add more play value to the laser gun. And the submarine mode that Hasbro created for Titans Return, Sixshot, and Quick Switch, you can rotate the legs around in there, the submarine mode. This is a submarine. Yeah, right. So to get from laser gun mode to tank mode, you want to leave this rotate like that. Actually, no, you do want to. Yeah, you want to leave it like that, and then you are going to turn the toy upside down and then separate these two halves, and then if you can, fold this piece back down, and that forms the back half of the tank's cockpit section. Then you want to rotate these bits all the way around. And unfortunately, one of them likes to get stuck. And then you want to take these bits and bring them forward as much as you can, bring them down, and there's the, main body and turret of the tank mode. And then to get it to the treads, you want to bring these down, rotate these around, and then you want to unclip that and rotate it 180 degrees. And then this is the most intricate part of the transformation. You want to unclip the tank tread from there, come around here to the back, and you want to unclip that piece, and then you want to rotate just that piece, if you can, 180 degrees, and then clip them on the opposite sides, and then you can clip that back in, and now the tank treads are on the bottom. Rotate it down, and then the wings will actually plug into that little clip right there. Officially they should, but on this one individual copy of Greatshot that I have, they don't like to clip into place that well. Second verse, same as the first, do the same thing on the opposite side. And here is the tank mode for Greatshot. Now you do technically have two options with the tank mode, or basically two configurations for the front sections. You can either have the wheels sitting down flat and give him somewhat of a forward position, or you can have them rotated sideways like this. Having them in this configuration is more of a G1 look, and this version is more of a G1 six-shot toy mold look. And having this configuration, I think it might be more accurate to the comic books. But again, it's all personal preference. And for a quick size comparison with another Transformers character that turns into a tank, here's Greatshot next to Titan's Return Hardhead. And I don't know of any Transformers characters that turn into a tank that looks like the tanks that Six-Shot, Greatshot, and Quick Switch and all the six changers transform into. Now, there is a secret mode that G1 Six-Shot had, and spoiler alert for nobody who's watched Transformers Headmasters, but Six-Shot transformed into that mode to destroy Ultra Magnus, and that secret mode was known as Winged Wolf on Six-Shot. Basically, it was designed to be a mashup of all his vehicle modes, but it ended up being more a mashup of his beast mode of a wolf and his jet mode more than anything else. So Greatshot can transform into that secret mode as well. And since Greatshot's beast mode is a Rhino, I know to get to the secret mode, what you essentially do is bring this down, rotate it 180 degrees like that, pull that part back up. Leave the wings flipped out sideways as much as possible, and then fold these bits here, and then you flip out the beast mode head. And Greatshot, unlike Six-Shot, who turned in his beast mode was a wolf, Greatshot's beast mode is a Rhino. Close those two halves, back up like so. Oh, and on mine, this one individual copy, they don't like to clip together that well. And then straighten out the Rhino head, and this version of Greatshot, the Rhino head, does have an opening mouth, which is something the G1 version of Greatshot didn't have. And so here is what was for Six-Shot, the winged wolf mode, and here on Greatshot, it's winged Rhino mode, and so that's basically the mashed up vehicle mode of all the other vehicle modes that the toy transforms into. So interesting concept. A lot of people have said that Takara Tomy did that to try and see if there was anything else that this toy could transform into. So yeah, I think it's great that Greatshot. It's amazing that Greatshot can transform into this secret mode just like Six Shot. And then to get him into his final alt mode of his beast mode, which is a Rhino. I know you want to take this up, rotate these bits around again, plug them back in on that side, and then put this bit around like there. Make sure all the panels are clipped back into place, and there's one Rhino leg done. I'm going to come back here, remove the laser guns out. Straighten those out like that, and then separate the two leg halves, and then what you want to do is at the knees, bend them down like that, and then take these little bits, fold them up like there, like that, and they'll hide the robot mode knee joints, and then can angle them out however you want. And then just checking the box to make sure I'm doing this properly, and I am, which is great. And then, oh yeah, I forgot. Actually, that's the wrong way. What you want to do is you want to rotate them and have the legs like this, in this configuration. Make sure everything's lined up properly, and then, because what you do, the reason why you want to have it like that is because this piece right here doubles as the beast mode tail. Position the wings however you want. Now to make sure all his legs and his toes are all lined up properly together. There, and then come around here, do this leg. I'm trying to transform Greatshot into Rhino mode since I've taken him off camera for his other transformations. Bring up the claw. Make sure everything is lined up properly, and yes, there is Greatshot in his Rhino mode. So yeah, I agree with what everyone else has said about Greatshot. This toy doesn't look at all like a real-life Rhino. Doesn't even look like a robotic version of a Rhino, and the only part of the quote-unquote beast mode that was done to distinguish Greatshot from Six Shot was the different beast head. And so basically it looks like a Rhino with a on a dog's body. And just for a quick size comparison with another Transformers character that turns into a Rhino. Here is Greatshot next to Transformers Generations Beast Wars Rhinox. So there's a Transformers so here are two Transformers characters that turn into Rhinos. One that looks just like a real Rhino, and one that doesn't look anything like a real life Rhino. So yeah, pretty interesting ideas that Takara Tomy had when designing Greatshot. And why he was made a Rhino is beyond me, but I'm guessing since rhinos are herbivores, having a Rhino as his beast made a Greatshot more of a peaceful thing than if he were to turn into a carnivore, such as a wolf. And I'm straightening up the camera because in robot mode, as you saw earlier in the video with Six Shot and the other black version of Six Shot, the robot mode does get pretty tall. Also, to transform Greatshot into robot mode, you want to bring the legs, rotate them around at the knees, and then fold those bits down. Down. Separate those halves, bring that out, and that forms the foot. Close that up. 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 Here on the back, you want to rotate the wings again. And you also want to fold the Rhino head up and in like that, and that's how the Rhino head is stored in all the other modes. Then flip this piece up. Then these bits right here, you want to rotate them out to the sides, and if Greatshot did have the same samurai ninja swords that Six-Shot had, they go right there. There, so that's what those pieces are. Come around here and do his other foot. And that gap at Greatshot's ankle is hidden by the beast mode toes, flipping them up as far as you can. And here's those bits I was complaining, I said I don't like. They act as fillers for the backs of the legs, but it feels like you're going to break them every time you separate the legs and then bring them back together. So there's the lower half of Greatshot's body done, trying to straighten him out as much as possible. And then trying to get as close to the upper half of Greatshot's body as well. You want to straighten the arms out, and then you want to come around here, and then there's Greatshot's hands. They're made of blue plastic, and I'm going to flip that in and then rotate that 180 degrees. And for Greatshot's arms, you want to have the wheel on the outside half of his lower arm. Do the same thing over here. Lift that up, fold out the hand, close it back down, rotate around, and then rotate the hand until the fist is facing forward. And one gripe I have is that the hands, hand's the actual piece that you rotate to flip the hands out. It's very tight, and you have to loosen these two screws right here on the lower arm to get the hands flipped out properly. So that is one modification you have to do to this toy when you want to transform it without breaking any parts. Straighten his arms out. So now all the weapons, if you look closely on the inside of Greatshot's fist, it is a perfectly round hole, and the pegs on all of Greatshot's weapons that go into the fist, they're actually oval shaped. So what you want to do to insert them is place them in his hands, rotated inwards slightly, like that, and then straighten them out. So yes, unfortunately, that's one of the major design flaws with this toy. When putting the weapons in the robot mode hands, you're putting oval-shaped pegs into round holes. And then the last thing you want to do is flip out the chest wings, bring her out here. And this is one thing that I think this third-party knockoff version of Greatshot has over Takara Tomi's recently released Transformers Legends version of Greatshot. On the Legends version of Greatshot, I know this after watching videos, you have to remove his Headmaster / Titan Master because the horns end up folding inside the helmet. But because this toy was not designed to be a Headmaster, the entire head can end up rotating in there. And then what you want to do is you want to just have the horns flipped forward. And finally, there is Greatshot in his robot mode. So I had no idea that the character of Greatshot existed until Takara Tomy announced that they were repainting and retooling Titan's Return Six-Shot into Greatshot. The only website I can buy Transformers toys from is Amazon.com, so I believe if there were Takara Tomy, Greatshot was available for purchase, and unfortunately, Amazon is one of the only websites that sells Transformers toys that does not have Greatshot available for purchase. So that's a real shame, but when I went to Amazon and I typed Transformers Greatshot, this toy came up and it was the only toy of Greatshot that was available for purchase. So I decided, since it was going for roughly the same price that the Takara Tomy Legends version of Greatshot is going for, why not go third party with Greatshot? So just for a quick size comparison in bot mode, here's Greatshot next to his mold mates. 6-shot, standard 6-shot, and shadow 6-shot. This version of 6-shot was known as stealth 6-shot, and some Transformers fans have just given it the name of stealth shot and made him a separate Transformers character. But this all-black version of 6-shot is surprisingly even rarer than Greatshot. So, but yeah, there's all three uses of this third-party 6-changer mold, and I think they're all pretty amazing. Color-wise, Greatshot has become my favorite of this mold, and one thing I failed to mention at the start of the video, and I'll end the video now by mentioning it now. There was a lot of confusion amongst Transformers fans as to whether or not Greatshot was the same character as 6-shot, because in his background bio, it revealed that Greatshot worked for the Decepticons originally, and then after realizing the brutality of the Decepticons, he quit, and he later on became an Autobot, but only just to try and destroy the Decepticons, and he didn't act as a team player to the Autobots. And basically, Greatshot kind of was almost like a backup fighter for the Autobots, and he didn't actually become a full-time member of the main Autobots teams under the command of Saber, and basically Greatshot just would swoop down into battle whenever the other Autobots were in danger, but he never became too friendly with the rest of the Autobots. But I'm here to say that Greatshot is not a reformed 6-shot. He is a separate character from 6-shot. And come to find out, Greatshot, he actually was a servant to 6-shot and another Decepticon called 6-Knight, and basically they were all parts of a secret ninja clan of Transformers who secretly rule the galaxy. And when Greatshot saw that the 6-changing ninja Transformers were abusing their power, he decided he wanted no part of it. And so, if I read Greatshot's backstory correctly on Wikipedia, even though Greatshot, it says that he was originally a Decepticon, the way I read it, Greatshot never actually was a Decepticon. He never actually wore the Decepticon faction symbol on him, and because he acted as just a servant to 6-shot and the other Decepticon Ninja 6-changers. But yeah, so basically, even though he worked for the Decepticons, Greatshot never actually was a Decepticon as far as I'm concerned, but he did end up becoming an Autobot, and I think in part because Greatshot was never portrayed as being a main character or wanting to be a part of the main Autobot force, both on Cybertron and on planet Earth. He was basically almost like a sideline character. So, unfortunately, since day one, Greatshot has always been in somewhat of a level of obscurity compared to other Transformers characters. But personally, I'm hoping that one day Greatshot may come out of the shadows and finally stand alongside Optimus Prime and the other Autobots. So yeah, this has been a video review of the Clonedroid CD01C Uberbots War Orba. It's a Greatshot. So this is the knockoff third-party version of Greatshot, and it's one of only 4 toys, including third-party products that exist of the character of Greatshot. If you can find this toy, get him. He is a nice addition, and he does have at least one top quality above the recently released Takara Tomy exclusive Transformers Legends Greatshot, where his entire head can fold inside his robot mode chest without any parts having to be detached So yeah, I really like that. So this has been the TFangy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and have a great day.